Professor Nalapat, I want to come to that point when it comes to this outreach where this Naya Bharat push is coming into Egypt, where Prime Minister Modi, is pushing that defense agenda, that Atmanirbhar defense agenda into Egypt as well, because HAL is talking about giving the Tejas fighter jets, the light combat helicopter, and also setting up production lines inside Egypt. When it comes to being a defense exporter, for India, how big a paradigm shift is this?
Well, I'd like to say that I'm glad we are defense exporters, because we have been spending a lot of money in foreign exchange on our defense, because frankly, we have neglected the Indian private sector and we have neglected the field of defense exports to friendly countries. Prime Minister Modi's visit is a clear evidence of the fact that India will not confine its hinterland to what is called South Asia. You have countries for a long time, many countries, and even today, countries like China, Pakistan, etc., would like to confine us to South Asia. The fact is, what I call Southern Asia, the entire arc of countries, and of course, Egypt is an honorary member of Southern Asia because of the fact that that the Suez Canal, and it has land on the Asian side, right from West Asia to Southeast Asia is the natural hinterland of India. And from that point of view, Egypt is a very important player in the west of this arc of Southern Asia. Egypt is a leading country, both in Africa as well as in the Arab world. So it has these twin roles. The Egyptian people have a long civilizational tradition that they are proud of. The Taliban smashed the Bamiyan Buddhas. Several places of worship have been destroyed in our neighboring country. But Egypt has protected all of that. And that is because of the tolerance and the moderate view of Egyptian culture. It's therefore a very, very good idea that Prime Minister went to Egypt. And when we are talking about strategy and strategic issues, don't forget that the Suez Canal could be a very, very important trading point. It could also be a very, very important choke point in the hands of any adversary of our country and the partners of our country. So from all accounts, it's an excellent decision to go straight to Egypt, an old, tested and trusted friend of India, a country that has worked with India in the past to ensure that the yoke of colonialism is dropped from other countries. And may I end this segment by pointing out, Dr. Awad is a proud citizen of Syria. India has refused all the time to join this, in my view, misdirected Western crusade against the Assad regime. Because all said and done, the Assad regime is far more moderate than the so-called freedom fighters that NATO assisted, and many of whom have turned into terrorist gangs, which unfortunately are still sheltering in zones in Syria that are not under the protection of Mr. Assad or the Kurds. So I'd like to say India has maintained its independence, and at the same time, India has maintained its complete commitment to a free, open and inclusive Indo-Pacific.